let's jump into problem 17.6a. We are doing diluted earnings per share on convertible bonds. So we'll start by calculating the basic earnings per share, and then we'll get on to the diluted earnings per share, which answers the question, we have these bonds that convert to common shares. What if they converted? What would that do to our earnings per share? Well, we'll find out. Mason Company reported net income of $720,000 for its 2031 fiscal year. Well, we've already got a good chunk of our numerator here. We remember the basic earnings per share formula by now. I hope you've memorized this. I would not rely on my professor to give me a formula sheet for this one. Net income minus preferred dividends divided by weighted average number of common shares outstanding, and they've given us the net income. The company's tax rate is 25%. Well, net income taxes have already come out. They give us the tax rate because it's going to be relevant for our convertible bonds. The company had the following following information related to its capital structure. I just implanted the word topic into that sentence for no reason. And they have 250,000 common shares issued and outstanding for the entire year. So the weighted average number of common shares outstanding is 250. Now, you can already imagine, I bet you've already seen it in your class, calculating, the weighted average number of common shares becomes a challenge. And so if you sort of layer these things on top of each other, right, we've got some dilutive security. The weighted average number of common shares has to be calculated because there's issuances and repurchases of shares. These questions can get more and more complicated, and we'll do that in this chapter. But this is a straightforward one where they just said, we only had 250,000 shares. They were issued and outstanding the whole year, so they gave us the number. That makes our life easy. $1 million of 6% convertible bonds issued and outstanding for the entire year. Interest is paid annually on December 31st. Each $1,000 bond is convertible into 40 shares. Okay. So compute basic EPS. Well, net income is 720. Preferred dividends, there's no preferred shares, so that's 0. The weighted average number of shares is 250. This bond paragraph, totally irrelevant to basic earnings per share. It doesn't come into the calculation at all. We've got the numbers. 720 divided by 250, 2.88. So our basic earnings per share, $2.88. Now we got to do diluted earnings per share. Before we do diluted, though, I want to encourage you to answer the question, is it dilutive? Again, when we do this, you might look at this and go, I can cut a corner here and I can just calculate the diluted earnings per share. Is it dilutive becomes super important in future questions. It's a good thing to do. It's a good thing to practice. So let's practice answering the question, is it dilutive? So how do I know if it's dilutive or not? I check if they converted, how would it change the numerator and how would it change the denominator of this, this ratio here? So if these convertible bonds converted into common shares, let's start with the denominator. I got $1 million worth of bonds. They're $1,000 each. So $1 million divided by 1,000 is 1,000. $1 million divided by 1,000 equals 1,000. So I have $1,000 bonds. They can each convert into 40 shares. So if they converted, multiplied by 40, I'd have 40,000 more shares. I wouldn't have 250,000 common shares. I would have 290, right? Plus 40. So the denominator, if everybody converts, the denominator is going up by 40,000. There's 40,000 new shares in the world. What about the numerator? How does the numerator change? And the answer is, oh yeah, these things, they're interest paying, these bonds, 6% interest. So $1 million times 0.06, that means I would save $60,000 in interest. And you might think, oh yeah, I saved $60,000 in interest. Therefore, my net income is $60,000 higher, right? $60,000 less cost. The issue here is the interest is pre-tax. We need after-tax. So how do I get the after-tax number here? You multiply by 1 minus the tax rate, 1 minus 25%. So 1 minus 25%, so 0.75. So 60,000 times 0.75 net of tax. The net savings here is 45 grand. Again, it saves us 60 grand in interest. And if we save 60 grand in interest, of course, your pre-tax profit goes up by 60 grand, but then your taxes go up by 15,000, meaning overall you're only saving 45. So our numerator, our net income is going to go up by 45,000. So plus 45,000 45,000 divided by 40,000 is 1.125. So is it dilutive? Whoa, I just stretched out my calculator. Things went crazy on my screen. I don't know if it looks that way on. Holy mackerel. I'll fix this later. My calculator just went insane. So sorry, I'm totally thrown by that. We want to compare our calculation here to the 288 above. If it's lower, it's dilutive. So we said 1.125 down here. It's lower than the 2.88. It's dilutive. So we can then calculate a diluted earnings per share. Same formula, net income, but it's the new net income. If we converted, our new net income would be 765. That's plus 45 above what our net income was, 720. So 765, 720 plus 45. Still 0 for the preferred dividends. And our new weighted average number of common shares is plus 40. So it was 250. It's going to be 290. 765, my calculator really did something crazy, divided by 290 is, I can't even see the number. Can you see the number? This is the weirdest thing that's ever happened in the history of calculators. 2.64. Okay, 2.64. Thank the Lord I could find it there. I do have to adjust something. Something went weird. $2.64. So that's our diluted earnings per share. We've done it. We've solved despite the tech difficulties. If you were impressed with how gracefully I handled that tech problem, did I even handle it gracefully? Can you even see the number? Let me see. Pull it down. I'm going to move it over. Look at that. There it is. 2.64. I'll fix this later. Thank you so much for watching. Thanks for suffering through it with me. If you made it to the end, hit one of those buttons and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now. The next video in our series is right up here. And if you want a supercut of all of the videos in this series, that's the one down below.